want to straighten a couple of things out. I've never said, and I don't think Hillary Clinton thinks that you're a witting asset. You might be an unwitting asset. Not that that means you're stupid, but people can be used.
That's exactly what it means, though. That's exactly what it means.
The other thing that confuses me, wait, I have one more question. You're on state TV all the time. Why do you go on Fox TV, Fox Channel, which is a propaganda network, 16 times with Tucker Carlson? I never see you with Chris Wallace or that other guy, what's his name, Brett Baer. Well, why aren't you on with them? They're definitely middle of the road. Why do you go on with Tucker, who's a liar?
Today, political conversations are often clouded by sharp rhetoric and claims that lack solid evidence. In this climate, Tulsi Gabbard steps forward to firmly defend her character and judgment, responding with strength to accusations that label her a foreign asset. When charges like these are made without facts, they don't weaken her position. Instead, they reveal her determination to stand against efforts to question her loyalty and intelligence, while keeping attention on the country's real challenges. This situation points to a larger problem in politics: the risky habit of trying to undermine opponents through unsupported claims. Using accusations as tools damages public confidence and blocks meaningful discussion. Gabbard's decision to hold her ground sends a clear message not just to her critics, but to the political world at large, that it's time to move past petty attacks and focus on issues that truly matter.
Propaganda.
So let me start with how offensive it is to say that I am a witting or unwitting asset of a foreign country, working against the interests of our people and our country, the country that I am willing to lay my life down for. So if you're saying it's not deliberately, then you are implying that I am too stupid and too naive and lack the intelligence to know what I am doing. That is extremely offensive.
Can I get you to put the quote up?
Every woman of color.
Put the quote back up, because I think everyone is sort of missed something.
What are we missing?
Well, I think what you're missing is that that asset had nothing to do with Tulsi. She was talking about Jill Stein.
Actually, her spokesperson confirmed it. I'm not making it.
They called you a Russian doll.
Her spokesperson confirmed it, because some of the media followed up and asked for her spokesperson to say what she meant, and confirmed that they were talking about me. So there was no mistaking that.
Right. Okay. Well, that's clear.
Well, the quote that we saw, I'm sorry, I just want to point out the quote that we saw wasn't.
Well, they never named her. They never named her.
She's talking, assuming Jill Stein will give it up, but she might not, because she's also a Russian.
I mean, this was after that quote was made. Media across spectrums were reporting about what Hillary Clinton just said about Tulsi Gabbard. You raised the second issue about why I go on Fox News.
Yeah.
I go on Tucker Carlson, go on Brett Baer, go on Sean Hannity, go on MSNBC, go on CNN. I am here to speak to every single American in this country about the unifying leadership that I want to bring as president. Not just speak to those who agree with me,
Nice to think that
but to speak with those who may disagree with me, recognizing that I'm asking for the opportunity to serve every single person in this country. We have to come together
Joy, you
for our country and our country's future.
You used to come outrageous. They lie all the time.
Tulsi Gabbard commitment to speaking with a wide range of media outlets stands as a bold and necessary effort to encourage peace and mend deep divisions, rather than confining her message to familiar political circles. She chooses to reach audiences across the spectrum even when appearances on platforms like Fox News are discouraged or shut out by others. This approach reflects her view that leadership should speak to all Americans, no matter where they fall politically. By prioritizing openness in how she communicates, Gabbard challenges the idea that certain audiences should be ignored. More importantly, her strategy highlights the importance of engaging with people who may not agree with her. That willingness to talk, listen, and exchange ideas marks an essential step toward rebuilding trust, restoring respect, and finding shared purpose in a democracy that has grown deeply divided.
I think the reason why so many Republicans respond to you is because you don't treat us like we're garbage. You actually care about the audience and care about reaching out, which to a lot of conservatives, which by the way, you're gonna have to win them over to get to the White House one way or another, is important. And I think just negating all of Fox's audience, I called Elizabeth Warren to task on it.
Not their audience.
On the
talking
show.
about Tucker Carlson. Well,
I'm there to speak to the
two
audience.
liars.
They both have
some of the largest audiences on television today. But I do want to ask you something else. Kamala Harris said recently that her race and gender are, quote, the elephant in the room, and that many still question if America is ready for a woman, and specifically a woman of color, to be president. And you're also a woman of color. Yeah. Is that, you feel, been a problem for you? Do you agree with her?
No, I think the American people are ready for a president that will put people ahead of politics, put people ahead of profits.
So why is she saying that?
You have to ask Kamala that. I can't speak to why she's saying that. But what I've seen in our travels across New Hampshire, we just came from New Hampshire yesterday, across the early states, we have some New Hampshire people here, is we are building a coalition of support that is very diverse. Yes, it crosses party lines. People who are looking out for the best interests of our country, which, by the way, makes me the best candidate to defeat Donald Trump so that we can then begin to do the very important work that begins the morning after, to bring about the systemic change we need to see, to take our government back from the rich and powerful who control it and make it so our government is truly of, by, and for the people.
Kamala Harris has argued that race and gender create serious obstacles in politics, keeping the debate over identity and leadership very much alive, especially when discussing the challenges faced by women of color in positions of power. Tulsi Gabbard takes a different path. By centering her campaign on shared concerns instead of personal identity, she pushes back against the idea that background alone defines effective leadership. Gabbard redirects attention from identity-based barriers to the substance of policy and governance. Her message stresses leadership that prioritizes people over political games or special interests, highlighting a grounded, results-focused style. This stance not only sets her apart from Harris's viewpoint, but also signals a clear move away from narratives driven mainly by identity, favoring practical solutions that speak to a wider public.
Day one, you wake up as president. Do you say, first 5 big companies are going to return money to the people who are here? Maybe mixing up some of Andrew Yang's plan of how to do that. Do you say you're going to be able to write stuff off again so you can take your family on vacation if you need to? Is that your day one?
Yeah, I think day one starts with making it so that, for example, with healthcare, we do not have big insurance and big pharma at the table as we're writing legislation to make sure that our healthcare policies are actually serving people and not driving up their profits.
But you gonna give us some money back?
Yes. The money. Look, this is a fact though. The money has been going. You have all these tax loopholes and giveaways that we saw with the last tax bill that was passed by Trump and the Republicans, that were by and large a huge boon to those with the very most, and leaving the rest of us behind, maybe with a few crumbs along the way. It's completely changing the paradigm of what our government is doing and who we're serving.
Right. So day
putting
one,
people first.
you're putting us back.
Day one and every day that follows.
You're not going to take my guns. Appreciate that too.
Right.
I will.
Gabbard has pledged to take on the outsized power that major insurance and pharmaceutical companies hold over healthcare policy, arguing that laws should serve people, not corporate profits. At the heart of her message is a call to realign government priorities so they reflect the needs of everyday citizens rather than the demands of powerful elites. Through this platform, Tulsi Gabbard presents herself as a voice for those who want a government that truly works for the public. Her approach challenges the existing system and underscores a growing demand for leaders willing to stand up to deep-rooted corruption and defend the social and economic well-being of everyone. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you'd like to see more videos like this.